Welcome back to the ASUS ROG Dream League. We're here for the second game of the second series of Day 5 here in Phase 2. And we're going to see if EG can make it a second 2-0 today, as they will face up against VP.Polar.
They're already...
Think,
yeah, sorry.
Oh, sorry. You look so grumpy. Why you look so... What's wrong?
I was in the middle of eating some cheese doodles.
Oh, you're excused then.
Have to do some work.
Well, I won't judge. I won't judge.
That's right.
I'll start with Lumi then. Lumi, what do you expect? Do you think VP.Polar can actually turn this around? Because it looked pretty convincing.
I think VP.Polar needs to do something different. If they're doing your standard stuff, they're expecting EG to make the mistakes, which they are not making. So VP.Polar needs to do some next level stuff.
Next level stuff is what you're calling. Okay. Well, I'm not sure if like changing everything and doing something completely different to what you're up to is going to work, but I definitely think they cannot let EG get a head start in this game, because they will not be able to recover.
It depends on how confident they are, right? The way I see it is, like, if you play a standard game, you can't beat EG, might as well just say, hey, you know what, let's level on Roche. Let's do something crazy.
I like that theory in general, but I don't think VP.Polar is, you know, necessarily that much worse of a team, because VP.Polar, one of the stronger teams that we have had here before.
True.
EG come in and start playing, and EG already 5-2 in this group stage. So
I also think that if you look at VP.Polar, just picking pretty much what you might expect them to pick. So I guess they're just going to say, let's go again. And this time we'll get it right. That seems to be their approach.
They've been doing well with that approach in the previous games, and as Raga says, like, can you really twitch it, like turn everything around for this game?
I guess it's like, do you honestly think you lose one game and all of a sudden you go, that's it, the plan goes out the window, we've got to go back to the drawing board? I think that's what Wag is basically saying. Is you don't just say, well, look, we lost one game, so therefore abandon ship.
Well, to me, they didn't lose on draft entirely, though, last game. I mean, sometimes we have seen people lose flat out on draft, where I think there's nothing you can do to salvage. Right. You know, like they're too much of the same stuff kind of thing that the Finnish team ended up with. But last draft was not that bad from VP.Polar. It's just that the lanes really did not favor them. And EG is the type of team that if they get a head start, they will punish you. I still think the idea to win lanes really hard is a good mentality from FNG, or from the team itself.
Yep.
But of course, you need to get the lanes properly.
And that makes sure that there's a lot of pressure on those supports from VP.Polar, because they need to make sure that they aren't losing their lanes and get some rotations in. Maybe extra rotations than they did previously. And of course, as people can see, we are already in a draft. That means that this was the last time that you'll be hearing my voice until the next segment. Oh.
You said it like that was funny.
Shiver.
Wait, Shiver literally gets the most camera time.
Are you going to take that water, or can I have it?
You can have it.
Yeah!
Shiver confirmed for loving her own voice.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all she had to say. Well, you're not going to hear me anymore, peace.
Pretty much.
Literally has the most camera time. Complaints not enough.
Yeah, Jesus. She's smiling all the way over to the couch.
Hey, it's Shane.
Shane is here, very nice. And heading into this game, EG gets their puck and the Venge that Virtus.Pro stole from them in last game. But, you know, this time it's EG's turn to show what they can do with it. And I like the ES draft. This is so well with the other two heroes they already have.
I think VP.Polar's bans here are like, I think they're pretty smart. These are heroes that we've seen EG play successful, though I haven't seen them play the Drow yet. I mean, they still managed to get Puck, Venge, and Earthshake, and you know you're going to see something good.
They did play Drow Ranger in one game, but they threw very hard. But the Drow was amazing in that game as well. So
was Arteezy on the Drow?
Yes, he built the San Shinyasha Skadi.
That's right.
And it was not the most impressive against a PA who just killed him really hard. Yeah. But they did play amazing in the early game that game, and I think if they got the Vengeful Drow combination here, they could probably have, you know, played amazingly with it. So, what do you think, Lumi? You're gonna have to try and convince me on what Virtus.Pro are thinking.
I don't know what the hell FNG is thinking. His mind is beyond me.
That insight, though.
That insight. I think whatever you're picking now has to have a plan against Naga Siren.
All right.
Because we've seen this Venge Naga combo before, where if you don't chrono both of them, your chrono is actually doing nothing. Yeah. So that's a lot of pressure on the Void to actually chrono properly and initiate for your team, essentially.
Yeah.
Yes. It would have to be a one-position Naga, though, if you go for it now. Unless you want to do a farming ES or something like that.
I mean, one-position Naga is absolutely fine, right?
Yeah.
Like, we've seen the Arteezy do that just okay. So
most likely, it is going to be Fear on the puck anyway. Arteezy can play puck really well, too. Don't get me wrong there. And Fear, have you seen this matchup before, Fear? This would be the 3rd time that he has to play puck against Viper. And I think that Arteezy might be looking over to him like, yeah, you take puck this time, buddy.
I mean, it could be a puck off lane, too.
It could be.
So we don't know for sure, but I think that Viper essentially just say, you know what, you better pick something good against the mid lane, or at least something that doesn't flat out lose to it. And you know what, Razor's in the pool.
Yeah.
I feel like Razor in the mid lane against the Viper, not a bad option.
And a hero favored by Arteezy as
It's
well.
like the 50-50 matchup, right?
Yeah.
Because you can win the lane no matter which one you are, and if you get ganks, both of them are really good at just slaying the others. So it's an extremely even matchup. And Viper with Void and Ogre. At least the Bloodlust is going to do a lot of work, but I have yet to see what Faceless Void is really setting up for. Well, obviously, Viper shooting into the Chronosphere is not the most impressive things.
Dream Coil into Echo Slam's pretty legit.
Yeah, the 3 heroes that EG have just synergize so well, because when you drop a Dream Coil, I mean, obviously you can swap people out of it as well, just to break it, which is a cute play that probably is not something you base your draft on.
Yeah.
Because it's more of a gimmicky thing.
It's nice, though.
It is very nice, but more like the damage and stuns they have, the 3 of them can easily set up kills right and left. And Venge ES is like old school combo.
It's one of those things that when they do pull it off and it's like clutch, it looks planned.
$1 million coils and swaps.
$1 million coil swap.
It's a thing. TI5 confirmed. All right.
Oh, Lord
so
God help us.
The ban out from Virtus.Pro last game might have been after having scrimmed against EG or something, because it is going to be a Terrorblade this time, and I like seeing Terrorblade with that much disable on your team.
You like seeing Terrorblade?
Yes.
There's no way to finish that sentence.
He's not the same as he used to be, though.
He's the worst.
The first instance of Terrorblade was just completely broken, whereas now I think with the movement speed slowdown during Metamorphosis, it's interesting to see how you're going to run it.
This is very interesting. It seems like what this gyrocopter picked up, VP.Polar says, Terrorblade, not too good at laning. We could, in theory, challenge it. Gyrocopter, Ogre, +1 range support could be a really scary offensive trialing.
Or even just Ogre and Gyro together as the supports, that works too.
Yeah.
Plenty of damage output. And Gyrocopter fits fairly well here.
Chronosphere into cooldown and
that's a good setup with your Chronosphere. And Zai not looking too impressed with the drafting phase. Just he's just waiting to play.
His face is generally in a fairly passive state. He doesn't give much away.
Yes.
He could be a poker player.
He could.
If he wasn't picking his nose.
If he wasn't.
He's not picking his nose.
He's not.
He's close
He's
to.
very
we
close.
cut away.
Yes, but he's actually not. You can even see the finger from this angle.
He's not.
He's not. Just thinking.
Yeah, that's his thinking pose.
Yeah.
You guys seen a thinker before?
The thinker?
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's like the closed hand.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
We need a little bit of the Drasco claw in there.
Bulldog having a lot of fun about the camera shots. So, EG, do you have anything that you want to fear? Like, what are you going for as your 5th hero here? Okay, I guess we get
Magnus.
a pretty quick answer.
Ooh.
Magnus, a good call, period.
Who's playing what? Is Arteezy playing the Terrorblade?
Would it be Universe on the mag?
No, I think...
It fits best if Arteezy is Terrorblade, I think, because he's so greedy.
And then you have Fear Puck, and then you have Magnus offlane.
Yeah, I haven't seen Universe play Magnus in a long time. I've seen it sometime.
Who
but
does
it's
normally?
A very long time ago. Oh, normally you don't draft Magnus right now. He's not that popular. But with no centaur on the field, I guess it's a little bit easier to land a good RP.
All right, so explain to me why Magnus isn't popular, because he's still awesome. Like, I still think Magnus is awesome.
It's just so many other offlaners got buffed, right? Like the Centaur, ever since he got his buffs, he's just been so popular. Even Tide after getting Anchor Smash buff. It's like, Magnus is not horrible, but you have strong alternatives, and it might not even be an offlane Magnus. It might be mid here as Fear picks it up, and an offlane Puck is, you know, it's perfectly fine.
So he says there's other better options. Ted, I'm gonna give you the real talk.
Okay, buddy.
Dota is all about trends.
Yeah, I know it,
Pro players saying, you know what, the good teams are not picking it. Why should we pick it? But the real talk is that Mag is OP.
He is.
You have Bloodlust, right? I mean, Ogres are very common heroes. I think Bloodlust and Power is a combo, and people should pick it more.
It surely is.
But
Bubble Hands,
actually
OP.
not on the same team as Ogre, though.
Not on the same team. But I'm just saying in general.
Ogre is currently in the meta.
Yeah.
It would fit with a Mag,
He was played together with Medusa Ogre for a while.
Yep.
When Medusa was really trending hard, people realized that Empower is a strong combo with it. But
I also
just
think
don't
it works
think that
well.
he's reliable right now.
It works well with Earthshake. Think about this, Wagger. Okay, just let me spell it out for you. Okay,
right.
you go in
me
there
the
with
talk.
your RP. You get 2. You skewer them back. In comes Earthshaker. Kaboom! Fisher. They ain't going anywhere. Nobody's coming to help them. Echo Slam.
Right. Sounds
Bosh,
easy enough.
Boosh.
And
Kabash.
then, if you think they're moving about, put a coil on top.
Coil them. Moving too much coil. You've got it all. And then Terribly doing stuff.
Damn. You guys are selling this really well.
You watch this, buddy.
All
this
you gotta do is just RP some people.
He's gonna go and do his business.
Yeah, okay. Well, not actually sold. Let me sell this to you.
All right.
Okay, Centaur.
Yeah.
Click Stampede.
Yeah.
Boom.
It ain't as good as RP.
Not when they're RP'd, man.
No need to combo, no need to aim, no need to actually target people. You just click it and you already have a massive impact.
What you're saying is you can't land an RP, Wagger.
That's exactly what he's saying.
Dude, I'm a caster.
Too high for
I'm
Wagger.
a caster. I'm just saying that these guys can't land RPs, all right?
Oh,
we'll see. Mag is
Maybe Fear can, but none other in this game.
How are you, Andy?
Well, it's gonna be Universe in a lot of trouble. Perfect chainsaw, easy as first blood.
Even the RNG rune is there to help out with the
Surely
DPS.
Finette, yo.
Surely Finette can win this game.
Here's the thing. Looks like EG is dodging that offensive tri-lane. They're gonna say we're gonna send Terrorblade bottom, and Terrorblade should have a fairly easy time farming against a Void.
Yes. Fairly easy time.
No disagreement there from Waga. I gave him a good 30 seconds to think about selling it to me, you know?
It's like 3 seconds, man.
These stuns from...
Man, FNG.
For real.
Get out of here.
FNG putting the Lina plays back. That's very nice to see, because Lina hasn't gotten a lot of love. But she is a hero that I love seeing get that Agonist upgrade. And against Terrorblade, an amazing counter.
Yeah.
Because you can never go low HP as Terrorblade, even with BKB on. It's just up, the blue laser comes at me.
I mean, not only good against Terrorblade, just by having Lina in game, it puts a lot of pressure on Venge. Because normally, as a Venge player, you're like, okay, I'm going to swap you out when you tank a couple of spells, you get pretty low, and then they waste a ton of their spells and cooldowns. But Lina, caploosh, right? Yeah. So, you know, actually that's a very smart last pick from FNG.
That is a scary Terrorblade.
Yeah, the complete dark, cursed black prismatic.
Look at that. Dang.
Is that hard to come by? What's the value on the market?
I don't know. I think they're pretty hard. Should probably be pretty high value.
Okay. But what we're seeing on the mid lane is that DK Phobos is giving him the zone. There is nothing to be farmed on Fear. And Fear's got to be very careful.
Yeah, he do.
Yeah, he do. That's a Lumi moment.
Ugh.
Terrorblade just farming away, punching creeps all he wants. I mean, he's 6-1. Farming-wise, VP.Polar are in a good spot here. Every single lane is struggling a little bit from EG at least. As Viper's doing very well. Viper against Magnus mid is just so easy to play. And, okay, the Cursed Black is like 14 euro.
You actually looked that up for me?
Yeah, I looked it up for you.
Thank you.
For you, buddy. They have called the Ogres coming mid, with Zai keeping an eye on him with his Invis rune on ES.
Yeah, I think this game, if EG is to escape from this horrible laning phase, it has to come from the support. Because as the lane passively stands, Virtus.Pro, they're doing an excellent job controlling every single lane.
Little Hardy, though, playing pretty smart, just sitting around that mid lane. Oh, might get initiated upon here. Can they possibly bring him down?
That's
maybe
going to be a
with
block.
Yeah.
Okay, he's going to have to run north, maybe south.
Oh, what a
the tree eat juke.
Yeah, he should be fine here. No way to bring him down.
Dude, that's an ogre tactic.
That TP was not really necessary by FNG, as he already got out with the ogre. But maybe they just want to switch the tri-lane down here and feel that, you know, Gyro's gonna be just fine with his space boots now against Puck. So last taking on top is amazingly easy for Gyrocopter.
I like the rotation, actually. You guys hear our TC saying I could jungle.
Yeah.
Maybe he's not confident that he could farm now safely without Metamorphosis for a while.
The lanes are straight up not working for EG.
So is that an outdraft from FNG?
Well, they're also getting the lanes they want, to be honest.
No, I'm saying FNG has outdrafted EG. Like, every lane is really winning for Virtus.Pro.
Well, tough to call it just like that, but it's just good, right? They got the first blood, the DD room was there, they were ready to kill the Puck when he walked there. Things are just working out in general. I'm not gonna call it an outdraft, but the lanes are working out for them.
Okay.
Last game was also not an outdraft, but EG got the lanes down really well, where they were not supposed to.
So a small thing to point out is that Gyrocopter has actually leveled up a stats, something that we don't see too often, but stats is obviously very good on Gyro, and he's saying, you know what, my homing missile is not going to do too much this time.
Terrorblade keeping top, and they're trying to do something with the stun here from Vengeful. Face boots, maybe he can run away here.
Surely Finette with them stats, man, just walking it off.
Them stats actually making no difference, as he had 110 HP anyway, but he was safe.
Yeah.
You didn't know that, Wagger, going in.
I knew it though.
If he'd lived by 10 HP, you would have been agreeing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. Mr. Mag hater.
Mag is actually just a hater.
So Mag is 11 CS, it's a mid laner. He has the regen rune though, and new sounds on the runes as well. Just
yeah, what is up with that?
Here. I don't know, man. Volvo breaking the game.
If you buy the PA Arcana set, it plays like a theme tune from a Pepsi commercial or something.
You know there's in-game ads now.
Yeah.
That's pretty nice. Now I can watch ads while I play Dota.
No, you could click ignore once and you'll never see those ads again.
Never?
Well, until they put in more ads, I guess.
Yeah, until there's a new item. Alright.
PPD looks like it's going to get a little bit dove. Oh, they called down PPD and the LSA.
Oh my god.
Just wrecked under the tower there. And FNG making this Lina work really well.
Man, he's the Russian sniper. Jeez. Actually, he's not Russian. I think I just offended a lot of people. I'm sorry.
Vasily Zaitsev, was that a famous Russian sniper, I think? He might have been Ukrainian even.
I think he was actually Russian, as opposed to FNG.
I wonder what EG's comeback mechanic is.
It's all RP.
Well, obviously landing big combos, so gotta go with Ted on this one. Just land RP on 2, pull them into ES.
But the thing is, look at Fear.
What?
Like
no thing.
Yeah,
easy combo. You guys sold it to me.
Well, he's up against Viper. I mean, that ain't fun for anybody. I think their comeback mechanic
back down
here
now. You made a strong case here.
I'm saying he's awesome. I didn't think he'd be up against Viper. I mean, Jesus, I think that's how unfun is that?
All right, all right. Just saying.
Viper confirm on fun. Oh, Fear.
Oh, Fear, no.
Fear's ripped, but he does actually land one. Push him back. You know, it's not easy, but he lands it. They get one kill and looking for a second. There's a coil and confirm Fear landing RP and winning the game.
Boom. Get wrecked.
What did we say?
What did we say?
Wagga?
What did we say?
Dude, I was just saying that he needs to do it.
Uh-huh.
And he just did it.
And you guys said it was impossible. Viper is unfun and shit. I was believing in him.
Yeah. I think Terrorblade is a big part of their comeback mechanic.
PPD gonna get solo kill here by Mag. He wants to do it without using
more
Chrono.
bash.
He has Orb of Venom actually, so no way to get away from that one.
So
FNG wants to kill bottom with a Chronosphere as well. Is Sai gonna walk back?
Yeah, it's gonna keep him the jumper. No mana, no mana.
Yeah, he already used the jump to kill the Vengeful.
What level is Earthshaker now? It didn't look like much.
Looks like level 3 or level 4.
Like
He's 4.5.
Okay.
He's doing fine.
You know, Virtus.Pro are one of the few games they dominate this early game as hard as they have been doing. And let's see if they're gonna transition to some aggression a little bit early on. Maybe knock down a couple of T1s. Their team's not really good at pushing towers, but they definitely could kill very easily with like Chrono Call Down, the Laguna Blade. And when there's no heroes defending, you could definitely knock down some towers.
Yeah. But Arteezy is doing what he also calls out here at this LAN. He said, I could jungle, and that is very true. He is catching up in farm, and Terrorblade is a scary hero if you let him get some gold. But Chrono is fairly good of a way to deal with TB. Just hold him in place, don't care about his Sunder, and kill him quickly with the Lina. FNG also going for a different build than some Linas like to go. Not skilling anything into a Fiery Soul. I like this from a support Lina.
Yeah.
No need for the Fiery Soul.
I mean, the extra movement speed is so small that you don't really benefit too much from it.
Yeah.
And you know, as a support, you don't know if you're gonna move past level 9. You want to have your nukes maxed.
Yeah, exactly. The damage. It's all about helping out when his team sets up. If there's a gyro call down or Void or Ogre stunning, then you want to deal the damage.
Right, and they're gonna find PPD.
A lot of EG coming up here.
Actually, they're not gonna chase. No meta confirmed by Arteezy.
No meta by Arteezy. Gonna back out. And meanwhile, Void, Magus just free farming on bottom lane, having a pretty good time here.
Get some Midas, not using it.
Yeah, well, he wants to get the experience. This is good.
Yep.
If you get a Midas and you want to... Okay, he's running to buy an item as well. Can get a TP scroll, I assume. If you get a Midas and you're standing on a lane and you could use it immediately, think about why you want to use it. Because normally Midas is an item you get to get experience, not to get gold.
Yep.
So it's much more worth going out and getting it on the Dark Troll Summoner here than using it immediately.
I use it to stop my viewers shouting, use Midas.
That's a pretty good reason. As a streamer, just use it to stop the viewers shouting.
No,
and,
you'll be like, oh,
okay, Arteezy fails.
miss micro.
And this is a gimmicky attempt, so he's gonna back out. He's like, fuck this doesn't work.
15 armor confirmed, not high enough to tank Roche.
Well, 650 HP, not the tankiest hero. Okay,
you know,
so they wasted a lot of time there.
Yeah, that's a pretty desperate attempt from EG, like trying to sneak a Roshan like that.
Well,
but it's their traditional 10-minute Roche attempt. They've got to... You can't not do it.
He does farm the Ancients extremely fast, though, with level 3 Wave of Terror. So -5 armor to all the creeps, and then he just punches them down. And he's keeping up a pretty good pace with farming, but top 3 farmers are VP.Polar.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, your EG at this point, Wagger, you asked me and Lumi for our comeback mechanic. What's yours?
Well,
does it involve RP?
Yeah. That's what I said. I was the one to call that was their comeback mechanic.
What the hell you say?
That's what I said. Jesus.
No, I think hero's not very good. There's just better options. Yeah. It's going to be come back on the mag on the bottom lane. Perfect chainstun. They need the magic missile. They will get the magic missile.
That's nice.
No point in backtrack, want to point out. The RNG gods do not like this. they cannot help you if you don't help yourself.
They are angry.
Put 1 point in it and see you luck out, you know, blocking all that damage.
I actually agree. I mean,
never do this skill
It's like
builds.
such a good value point.
It is a very good value point.
That 1 point could be 100% block.
It could be. You know, I'm as much as we were joking about this in our tone of voice and so on, maxing out time walk.
You make your own luck.
Yeah, maxing out time lock and time walk before getting anything in backtrack, I feel is a mistake.
Is that the Dota version of the American Dream? It's like, you know, just backtrack everything. I'm not even talking American.
You miss 100% of the backtracks you never level.
There you go.
Jess is laughing at least, so you said something, Lumi. I don't understand what you're getting
laughing at me or with me, we will never find out, you know.
Yeah. We'll probably find out.
Shirley Finette doing okay.
Shirley Finette can carry this game.
For real. But I still think Terrorblade is a thing.
He is a thing, but Void and Gyro are 2 of the heroes I would want to have against a TB. And Lina as well. Ogre, also not the worst when he gets his multicast.
Really
they have the heroes to counter him. The only problem I see is the illusions and how much can Arteezy split push with them.
Yeah.
And of course the big wombo combo from EG. Don't get caught by that one. And then VP.Polar in a pretty good spot.
I think what we're looking for is EG to complete that Blink Dagger on Mag and then smoke ink again, because with the first blink on Puck, they did, you know, a fairly important kill, right? Kill Mag, making sure that he's not free farming away. Next time, I think you kill him again, or you look for the gyrocopter. Can't let him get out of control.
I think we were expecting a different kind of game in terms of the pace at which it would be clear. I certainly was expecting EG to be quite well on top in this game. They were in the last game. They were like 10-1 or something at this point.
But this time, FNG and his friends have managed to get really good lanings.
Good drafting too.
That lucky, well, I'm not even sure lucky first blood, but
the first blood did not determine the game. It helped.
I actually think the first blood allowed Shirley Finette to get up to his phase boot much quicker, and that allowed him to dominate the lane much harder against Puck as well. But I mean, I see what you mean. Like the first blood it's like a nice little bonus, but it didn't really say, all right, EG now is losing.
Yeah. Top lane, Gyro just clearing the creeps and stopping the push from this Terrorblade.
That's a PPD spot. He loves that spot.
Yeah, PPD sitting in his favorite little corner.
His little treehouse.
Yes.
They're going to try to set up a gank.
Corner.
It's a 4-man gank on the bottom side. They need to have perfect chain stun. RP gets jumped. Just need to land it.
Fast.
Oh my goodness.
I mean,
how do you even turn around the jump? That cast animation is so slow on the Void.
Yeah, somehow he got that jump away. I mean, he did see them with an observer ward, so he just timed it nicely. And I like that he waited until Magnus actually blinked.
Yeah, and he baited out the RP.
That opens up the push a little bit. And the camp on top lane, FNG, trying to bait out.
There's a sneaky Puck on the back line, though. Could come in.
A lot of snakes in this game.
Yeah. Universe, if he gets a pretty big coil, no, actually forward jump from Mag, he's going to just right-click. It's very, very tanky. Does have finally the 1 point on his backtrack approved. Universe moves in.
RNG
I think they saw him.
Yes, they did see him.
Okay, he blinks away.
He's fine. He's a Puck. So meanwhile, Lina is having some nice time of solo farming top, catching up a little bit on CS, getting level 7. And that was a pretty clean tower push by Polar, losing nothing.
By the way, no Lina Arcana. FNG confirmed Lina scrub. Only like landed about 90% of his.
Maybe he gambled them away, you know.
That's true.
Them Arcanas. So the tools are there for EG right now, with obviously having Blink Daggers completed on both Magnus and Puck. But their late game mechanic comeback is probably more likely to be just an Empower and buffed up Vengeful, helping the Terrorblade to carry this game. But I still think he's going to struggle. Assuming
that your supports are doing enough job. Oh, good skewer. Echo Slam's going to come through that. DK Football is very tanky, but where is the Chrono? It comes in just a second tad late. Fear is going to get burned down here. Max dropping pretty low as well. They're going to focus on PPD. They get a kill very quickly. And keep in mind that
Void does go down though, so
he has his ultimate, and he'll use it right then and there. But the burst damage is there. They bring him just as low. They burst him down quick. Meanwhile, Universe trying to juke left and juke right. Silence and the right click, but there's lifesteal.
You cannot battle 21 armor on Shirley Finette.
That's big.
Yeah, you do not fight against that. So started out with a pretty good trade, getting 2 cores for 1 core and the support. But EG overcommitting in the end. And losing out. That was even with a really, I'm not gonna say lucky, but
important start kill.
Important stun on Void when he jumped in. Because he tried to instant chrono and got mini stunned by ES. And that was like a level 1 aftershock, just allowing people to run away a little bit.
I actually think, as well as the Viper's been playing this game, he should be going for a mech. Because the only way that EG makes a comeback is through a combination of spells that we just saw. If he had a mech there, nobody was dying on his team, and they would have won that fight much harder, and may have even taken down that tier 1.
Maybe, but I still like the Angst build, and it doesn't mean that you can't go mech afterwards.
Right.
And the Aghanims is going to play a pretty nice role here. We can just throw his ulti on anyone he sees from afar. Really big stack here on EG's big camp or on the Ancients.
I just think that this game in no way will be decided by harassing more with your ultimate. This game is going to be either they land their combos or we survive the combo and we just kill them.
Yeah, but Viper is also the frontliner and he's the one tanking. Point booster into Ogre Club is a very
that's a lot of health, a lot of range on your ultimate as well.
For the same cost as buying a mech. So right there, when he got pulled and he's the only one that's being targeted, he is tankier than he could have been with a mech. And he was the only one to die. So in the end, so smart. DK Focus. Okay, they want to farm this Ancient stack now, but 777 HP on Terrorblade. He's like, well, I want to punch them, but...
Well, he wants to wait for the range once you have it, but PPD is trying to do a little bit of D-ward. The Magic Stick actually brings him a high a lot, and that RP was real. 3-man RP brings him back. The coil is there, the fissure is there. Look, man, I'm gonna just say mech might have helped, but everybody's dead.
Yeah, that's true. Really beautiful there.
How about that combo?
Yeah.
Who saw that coming, Lumi?
I did. Raise your hand if you did. I don't see any hands up from Waga, though.
Keep that hand down.
Oh, man. You guys are so good.
That's why I'm 7
This should be an easy Roche here for EG. And Terrorblade with an Aegis will be really nice if they want to push down towers.
Well, that's a comeback.
Yeah, that's a really good start for them. Shirley Finette, however, doing Shirley Finette things.
Which apparently is taking down tier 2 top. You know, I'm pretty impressed with the way that EG has played this game. The RP, I think he missed one, but since then it's been big. It's always 2 and 3. And these Blink Daggers are kind of being stacked up. And also the supports have been constantly either ganking with their carries or stacking for their carries.
Yeah, they've stacked so much for RTZ in this game. And does he have an entire Manta Style? He does, and 1,000 gold to go with it.
Yeah.
So this Terrorblade is getting very out of hands now. And sooner or later he gets to that point where he's similar to a Naga. He can just push out the side lanes.
Yeah.
And it's difficult to deal with for VP.Polar. I don't think they have any problem killing off TB and himself in a team fight, but just the split push is going to be difficult to deal with.
There's a blink now on Zai. He always seems to find farm. He is really good at that.
Yeah, he does. He hasn't died a single time. You get a lot of gold by not dying. 0-0 and 6 this game.
Pretty next level way to drop an offensive ward there by FNG.
Yeah.
Burns his tree, draw one behind. But I think he was scouted at least going into the trees.
Yeah, because there was a ward on the mid lane, so got detected. They should know about that. Eul Scepter almost completed on Universe. They want to defend mid, and it doesn't seem VP.Polar want to commit too much to pushing it as well. Slowly they're going there, but BKB on Gyro, okay, they could pressure it now if they want to.
You know, we haven't talked about this Void too much, and there is very little thing as inevitability in the late game as having a Void on your team. A lot of times you just land a Chrono and you just win, right? Yeah. So I think Mag's job this game is to break up those combinations. And speaking of combination, it's coming down the mid lane right now. There is a Sentry ward.
Yeah, he's Invis and there's a Sentry,
and suddenly
the creeps be revealed by the creeps
Yeah,
now.
the creeps will be hitting him soon.
Right there. They also got D-warded mids just moments ago, so...
Yeah.
Looking at the way VP.Polar are playing right now, they're trying to finish up some more key items, it seems, but they don't want to take this late. Not against EG. Yeah, even with, you know, Viper, Void,
Just because of the Terrorblade, you think?
Terrorblade and Power and Vengeful, yeah, the combination. Also, something is to be said that combos like RP, ES, and Puck get stronger and stronger towards the late game.
Why?
Stunts are worth more in late game. And sure, VP.Polar have a fair amount of them themselves. They have the Chrono, they have Ogre, Lina. Yeah. But it's not as terrifying late game.
Because also in the late game situation, as you're sieging buildings and going up high ground, you clump more as well. Yeah. So it makes Fear's job a lot easier in that case to land RP.
He has Blink and Force Staff now. Yeah. They're going behind here, want to catch anyone, but everyone is so elusive. Either the Puck or Fear. With that ward, FNG dropped.
Yep, and the Chain Stun is there. Fear is going to be dead, and Coil does actually land onto Universe. Silence 2 as well. Here comes Bernardo Reyes. The dunk is here. He gets one. The Lugin ability gets dropped down. He's trying to do as much damage as possible before he drops.
Getting targeted down.
Offensive Urn as well. The long range of the Sunder is going to fly through the swap offensively, and DK Phobos very tanky, but the damage is there.
I think Zai might live here. Wow. Oh my god, how?
Massive win. Massive win. Just beautiful execution. Pretty deep commitment to dive in for that Magnus there, but, you know, Universe was on spot.
They kind of have to commit at least a big ultimate to kill Fear, because if you don't, I think the fight would get even more lopsided if they initiate on you.
I think it was too confident against Aegis and against so many you know, heroes that can disrupt your dive, like Puck and ES. Even Vengeful, you never know. Vengeful might be sitting right behind Magnus there and just protect him.
Oh my goodness.
Shirley Finette's
Orb's gonna
really
be
low
there.
HP.
I mean, I think there's also a bit of outplay there, because whenever you see multiple heroes living with 100, 200 health, it's just kind of better dodging of the nukes or landing better nukes of yourself.
Well, I think Universe could have easily died. He managed to phase shift some damage. Shaker, so I gave him a little juke round the bush, and then
Aegis
came down and saved him. Oh.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a pretty greedy
Also,
play.
the long range, okay, it seems that there is 1 extra second, I think. That was a pretty long Aegis death. I haven't checked if it's true or not that
apparently,
that's still 1 extra second.
Yeah, apparently
death.
you were saying it's now 6 seconds instead of 5.
It's not intended, but it's like bugged, so it's longer than it's supposed to be. They just respawn.
Game literally unplayable.
Yeah, game unplayable, my experience. The long range Sunder is also a change that I think was unnecessary buff to Terrorblade. Because, sure, you removed a stun, but that was a fun mechanic on Terrorblade, that he could cancel stuff, but he would have to sacrifice sometimes his own HP to cancel a TP from a low HP hero. But now it's so easy to get these Sunders off. You saw how far away he was from the Gyro and the Viper.
I
Still
think
just casually throws out the ulti.
I think it's more like, you know, you give him something, you take away something.
Yeah, of course, but I think this is
a little bit too good, you saying?
No, you give him something better than what he had before, and also more boring. It's more boring having a Terrorblade with a long-range Sunder than having a Terrorblade who can do gimmicky
I don't think it was boring for Arteezy right when he turned the fight around.
I think it's pretty exciting to see the fight turn like that.
Yeah,
so I'm with the whole...
I think just changes are interesting, you know, I mean...
Yeah. Fair enough.
I agree, though. I mean, it would be fun to be able to... Like you said, it's a payoff then between gambling potentially with some of your own health in exchange for a game.
Yeah. Also,
whereas
to
the
be fair,
long-range Sunder is just so easy.
The new Metamorphosis, you lose movement speed, so sometimes you do need that extra.
Oh my god, he's farming that stack so fast with the Empower. And he hits for 300 damage right now, so
can we take a look at that goal graph here to see how the game has been progressing? Yeah. I mean, it just speaks for itself. The early game from VP.Polar.
Mag gets caught out, the stun is there. And it's mine ulti.
It's the secure.
Yes. Could easily have just, you know, enchant totem, but
Earth Secura
would not have taken the kill that way.
There's a universe where that he just jumps away after dodging 8 nukes.
There are many universes, and that's why.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's also a universe in this game, and he's doing quite well.
Well, it's Terrorblade time.
So is this game over now? Like, are we just contemplating on how VP could?
I think so. I mean, we asked what could their comeback mechanic be. I think some really good RPs, and I mean that fight around Roche from EG was phenomenal, and then that fight just ended by their tier 1 mid.
I think the Viper draft is now not really playing what you need to have happen in every single game. No matter what the other heroes are, just when you pick Viper, you need to just push down, take the tier 1 mid. It has to be gone by 26 minutes. And somehow you need to like shut down Terrorblade's farming patterns, because he has free access to Ancients, he has free access to jungle, and can just farm so fast. You need to push down the towers when you pick a Viper.
Yeah, it also feels like that Ancient camp has never been not stacked. Like every minute, unless you're killing it, they're stacking it.
Yeah, the efficiency has been extremely high on EG's side, which does not surprise me even a little bit.
Universe, with the rest of his teams now pressuring multiple lanes at once, so you assume that Terrorblade is going to be doing a lot more of that in the late game.
Yeah, he's also going for Aghanims on Universe now, on his Puck. It's going to work out really well for him, I think.
Hey man, you just want health, you want more lockdown, and the BKBs are coming out from VP.Polar. So.
Yeah, the BKB is already there, so the Aghanims is an amazing upgrade. And of course, Terrorblade going for so stat-heavy item builds is really good pretty much always, but even better when you have Magnus and Vengeful in your team, because you can buff it even more, your base damage.
So at this point, if you're Arteezy, and you look at the minimap, whenever you don't see Void, you just go farm in the jungle, right? Because essentially Void is generally the only person that could initiate on him and kill him. And
yeah, but he can't even solo kill him anymore.
Right, well, if Void +1 is missing.
Yes.
Yeah, so And he kind of doesn't see Void right now, so he'll stick with his team.
Yeah,
but as soon as he sees Void farming, for example, in the bottom lane, then he feels like, okay, I could do things publicly now.
Yeah,
too.
but there's just no downtime right now for RTZ. They're going to go for a smoke to check Roshan, I assume, and then maybe go into jungle. They could also go and just farm, but they have a ward revealing Mag here. They could jump him if they have the Disablers there, but can I play it safe instead? And back to farming it is, and once again, they attempted to stack the Ancients, but this time missed it.
The first miss in 28 minutes.
Yes, pretty much.
Juan Fernandez. What is it with them not playing under their real names? Why do players do that?
Yeah. It's fine. They just like their names. You can ask them after the game. But
nobody's disagreeing with Shirley Finette.
Shirley Finette is fine, but that's like the best name choice, though.
It's funny.
He's all right.
Even though it's an anime character right now, then.
Just a good name, though.
I got a ton of people on Twitter either agreeing with me or saying, "You just don't understand. It's really all different," and stuff like that. It's never going to end. It's the classic debate of our time.
What is?
Whether anime's a piece of shit or whether it's any good.
I see. Well, coming from a man who doesn't like Dire Straits,
it always comes back to that for you, Wagga.
Your opinion doesn't
matter. Back to that. I guarantee you that Dire Straits will be playing in the elevator down to hell. That's all I'm saying.
That makes me happy. Listen to some good music, right? Dad's still smiling a lot here. So right now, EG are just slowly claiming control of the entire map, even farming the enemy jungle with some good wards going down. And sure, VP.Polar are looking for an opening here. Blink Dagger available on Lina, but they just can't find any as EG are playing really tight together.
So I want to make a parallel / mirror of this game, last game.
Yes.
This game, VP.Polar started the game dominating, just like EG was.
Yes.
And last game, EG never gave away any big lead, any big kills. Like Polar, in this game, Mag got ganked a couple of times. The RPs were there. They lost multiple team fights in a row.
Yes.
So that's why I think a better team could make a comeback like EG did this game. VP.Polar cannot make a comeback, or did not make a comeback last game.
That's really true, and a good point. You know, EG, if they get ahead, always hold on to their lead amazingly. And VP.Polar just, you know, they got caught off. They were not ready for the aggression.
I mean, granted, it's Magnus, you know, making the comeback by landing RP. Pretty good hero in doing so.
Could be the start of a Magnus comeback trail on the comp scene.
I'm just gonna say Magnus, good hero. Also, Rapier has been playing pretty amazingly, as well as Universe.
Yeah, just overall, I think absolutely. Yeah, and then you've also got Zai as well. I mean, they're just a really good team, aren't they? They really are a good team.
I mean, it's no surprise to see EG playing pretty well, even when they don't get the head start here. And
DK
Skewer, possible here, doesn't really get him there. A little bit too far away.
We've all been there. We've all been there.
So he's fluttering right now. RTZ rushing with his butterfly. It has pretty long duration when you flutter, by the way, 8 seconds. It's very nice for chasing people down or just farming more effectively if nothing else is going on.
Or just if you want to flutter, man.
What is the active effect on butterfly?
It gives you 20% movement speed and removes your butterfly evasion.
When did they introduce this to the game?
Just the last patch.
Just recently.
6.8.
Okay.
I just love the name of it.
Flutter Boys.
I have bought it since then and had no idea it was a thing.
Lumi is just using it because Flutter.
Yeah.
Is that what those little yellow footprints were?
No.
That's just Terrorblade.
That's just Terrorblade.
That's just Terrorblade. There's a Divine Rapier.
I don't play Terrorblade.
Yeah. You know, Shirley Finette is...
Shirley Finette has balls of iron.
Yeah, one of the few players that would just go like, you know what?
And a sword of gold.
Yeah.
If he loses it in the next fight, of course, we'll be
but this is the most reliable comeback item. Like, they realized that, hey, we're losing really hard. Terrorblade is not going to stop dominating us. The Divine gets scouted out. We can hear EG calling it as well, I believe. But, you know.
Oh, casual double damage.
Yeah.
Well, he's got a Divine of his own, you know.
Yeah, it seems that EG are not scared. They're going to push against the Divine.
It doesn't get any better. Like, when they buy a Divine, they have already committed. Wep was trying to point out to us that Flak is down And we'll be down for like 20 more seconds. Nice dodge with the Mantis out. And there's an army of illusions.
God, he hits hard. That damage, he's almost up to like 800 damage here. That's crazy. When VP.Polar is close by and Empower is on him, he hits like a complete monster.
Okay, everything on Juan Fernandez. Give him the Laguna Blade.
He's fluttering.
He's going to bait stuff out.
Ooh, actually the skewer missed.
No.
A rare miss, and here comes the Chrono. That's on to 4, and the flag is real. PPD dead.
Jesus.
All right, Arteezy's the only one alive, and the chain stun is there. You know what? The balls of steel was there for Shirley from that, but Mag.
It's goal time.
All right, what a comeback. There's 3 towers still up alive mid, but I'm sure not 3 will be standing after this.
Yeah, looking over to Illidan, I can see a clear little smile on his face after that. How happy are you as a gyrocopter after landing that combination?
Wow.
Void just saying, hey buddy, look at these 4 heroes that could stop existing.
That was just unbelievable. I'm going to say it, the whiff, and it's just one of those things that I think maybe the problem is if you miss it, you're all standing around going, okay.
Well, I mean, he landed RP, he just did not turn.
Yeah.
So the thing is, when you blink in, you want to immediately turn and cast
and then RP.
Because it doesn't slow down your RP, but it makes it so the heroes land towards your team. Then you can just instant
But they did improve the turn speed on Mag so that you can get around and skewer.
You don't even need to turn fully. You need to start turning, and that's immediate.
That's enough.
So the mechanic is you blink in, turn towards your team.
Just a little bit.
You just click the turn and RP, and then they're going to land on the side of your team. So that sets up your skewer, and that's what he did not do. Forcing it so you have to run around the guys you RP'd, and normally then you get stunned by something.
It's one of those small things I'm sure Fair knew, but sometimes in a split second of execution, it was just hard to come by.
That's true.
Yeah,
that's true. So Mag is scouted out here, I believe, because he ran by a ward, and he's running into the enemy jungler greedily.
That spike, Mag, by the way, is going to get... I love the initiation start things off with the Echo, but looks like the chain was not there. Forces out BKB and the back, but I love it when a team makes a big risky play.
Wait, he jumped out of... He didn't get stunned.
He got stunned.
I hear Weird going out there because he time walked out of the coil. It is Aghanims. He was BKB, but he did not get stunned.
Yeah.
That's weird, was what I heard from EG boys.
You can't backtrack stuns.
Yeah, but you can't actually backtrack the effect. I believe it's the leap, because I've seen the same thing on Time Walk once before. So I think Time Walk just acts weird with it.
He's the Lord of Time. Don't trip. Mid lane,
guess.
FNG's going to get caught this time.
Oh.
And again, like, when VP.Polar has a lead, I'm not even sure if you want to call it a lead right now, but they just kind of give away freebie.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But I like the fact that Divine was bought, and it's working out well.
Ballsy play.
And he's going to get crits after this. So get ready for some big numbers.
You don't think
on the gyro? I think it's more likely to be MKB.
Okay.
Because there's a butterfly on the Terrorblade, and he's the only important hero.
Although there's a lot of spells that could kill him too, Terrorblade, at this point. He's not tank enough to survive.
Well, I mean, if you're ill, then just go for a second Divine, right? If you got one, you don't have to worry about dropping it. Just buy a second one.
MKB's probably better.
MKB probably
gives you more damage than Divine, right? Average against a Terrorblade.
I doubt it.
Factoring the evasion.
I sort of doubt it, to be honest.
Really?
Yeah.
You're saying that if he evades, what, 40% or 25% of your hit, a second device still does more?
Yeah, well, it's 300 damage as opposed to MKB, which, sure, it's, 88 damage.
And attack speed.
And attack speed.
And guarantees
15,
all your hits will
almost
land.
Nothing. Yeah, well, against every other hero, though, the Divine is going to make you hit so much harder than MKB would. So
CPD.
I still would say it's more effective.
That's a BKB and a Chrono committed.
And the casual secure.
Gee, thanks.
But here we have Arteezy going in against Mag. He
I like the fact that Arteezy is playing this aggressive. He's like, you know what, everything is down. Maybe the commit was not there. DK Phobos is BKB. Wow, triple BKB TB. And the RP miss!
The whiff. The whiff. He had Force Staff. Maybe he could have forced sooner there and just been close enough. Fear not really there in time, and it is going to be...
This is why pros don't pick Mag, because it's too embarrassing when you whiff. That's what it is. You think, oh, everybody's going to do it.
Everyone's going to laugh at me.
So you just think, right, screw it, I'll pick a hero that's
actually why pros don't pick Pudge that much, I think. Like, Pudge is a hero you can do that much with, but miss a hook, man, it's embarrassing.
Everyone's like, oh, he missed a hook, he's useless.
It's embarrassing. Only Dandy can take the pressure.
See, now this is how you overcome RP issues. You
Don't get hit.
You get the RP Viagra, which is a refresher.
Oh, I see, I see.
With one, pretend that you,
It's alright, we can try again in a minute.
Or right away.
By the way, not only just Dandy plays Pudge, Trixie plays an off-lane Pudge.
Oh, I like off-lane Pudge.
I think that's the bigger cojones on the playing Pudge off-lane, you know?
I think it's the new thing, though. Off-lane Pudge is...
Oh, the new thing is support Pudge.
Okay, that actually sucks.
If positioning is king, which is what everybody says about Pro Dota especially, then surely having someone like Pudge who would just
mess up
all positioning, it's got to be big.
It is pretty big, but I mean, you got to make things happen with
risk and reward.
Yeah.
And one of Puppy's troll questions that he asked me, it was a trick question. He said, "Who do you think the best late game carry is, Ted?" And I said, "I don't know." And he said, "It's Pudge, because essentially you can get infinite stacks of flesh heap and become unkillable."
True.
Unlikely.
No true statement has been ever said.
True. Pudge, theoretically, strongest late game hero.
I mean, that's what people use in that, like, Dire Tide record, right? They would make an 8-hour-long game.
Just for the stacks.
Yeah.
Just for the stacks. And that's how you get Platinum and Golden Roshans, those scumbags.
Yeah, you just bought like Battle Fury and tons of attack speed and just one hit the entire enemy team while they respawned. And yeah, it was good. Good times.
Yes, good times.
Were you part of those runs, Waga?
No. Shane is looking at me like, what the fuck? Yeah, okay.
Is he lying?
Maybe a little bit.
He's lying.
Maybe a little bit.
I'd just like to point out that Shiva took half an hour to eat a salad. So Andy earlier was saying I was a slow eater. She really took her time with that salad. Yeah, I was watching Dota too. And I ate 3 salads.
Don't stop talking about food, Ted. Have not had time to
you
eat
haven't?
food.
Oh, I'm sorry,
just casting Dota.
I'm sorry, dude.
So Roshan does go down. Age is giving over to the Magnus here.
Okay, so quick question. Can you do 3,000 damage against Terrorblade? Because he's holding on cheese.
Can you? Definitely. I mean, look at... I mean, Gyro doesn't have to hit more than a few times.
So why is he not holding the Aegis? Like, he has the option between 2.
They simply trust that the time it takes to deal the damage, they can save him with ES, Magnus, Puck, Vengeful. And
or he could just pop the cheese in between.
Yeah, I believe they're correct. Every single hero has plenty of spells that can save him, or 4 staffs, or items.
By the way, it was a MKB.
Yes, it was.
Just
it was a little bit of a letdown, but it's a useful item.
It's not a letdown. I think, like, there's an argument of, look, if you're going to go one Divine, go harder on the second Divine, but at least mathematically, I believe MKB gives you more reliable damage.
Yeah, but it's barely more. I'm going to make the point. It's barely more reliable damage towards the Terrorblade, and it's incredibly much more...
Against everybody else.
Against everyone else with a Divine. So, overall, surely a Divine would give more. But I think it's also that they feel we have built one Divine, we got a lot out of it, and building 2 Divines is like, okay, I die once, game is actually completely game-breaking.
I actually think if he died once, the game is regardless over.
Yeah, it could be, but not definitely if they get to farm up a little bit more. He could maybe buy back and still have an impact.
Yeah, sure.
So, just playing it slightly safer, I guess.
You know, this got to be the lack of, the most lack of hype Divine game. It's like Divine has been purchased for the past 10 minutes.
They got it and went and buggered off and everybody farmed.
Yeah.
But it's coming, Lumi, don't worry.
Well, EG knew that, you know, they got wrecked in that last fight, so they want to take it easy.
Yeah.
But at the same time, VP.Polar was so far behind that they could barely leave base, and now they're barely leaving base still, just leaving a little bit.
I think the most important thing right now for VP.Polar to farm towards it's a Lincoln Sphere on.
On anyone?
On anyone, and throw on Gyro.
Yeah,
because the way I see it, if Shirley does not get caught in all those combo, probably the best way to initiate on him is either through a swap or Universe's Blink Hex, which is he's working towards to.
Well, it's tough times because no one is even close to building something like a Lincoln Sphere.
Well, I mean, here's the thing. Void earlier finished in Aghanims. Now, I think Aghanims is a great item on Void, but honestly, if he gets off a Chrono, do you think the extra 1-2 second matters? I don't think it does. I think the team fight will be decided so much quicker than that.
Well, how much more damage is 1 to 2 seconds with a Divine Rapier?
I think they'd be all dead before that, is my point.
Well,
so
I can say that the reduced cooldown on Chronosphere, at least by Agnims, probably has no impact this game, right? because
either you win or you lose.
Yeah.
So
okay, I can see your point.
I know it's like really awkward to make this suggestion, and then maybe it's totally wrong, but Lincoln's Void? Question mark.
Just so he can put it on the gyro.
Yeah. I mean, it sounds wrong and completely out there, but it's just interesting.
Would it be, this is stupid, but would it be a legit tactic to go into the jungle as Terrorblade, get really low, and then just run up and swap someone and then kill him real quick?
Yeah, get a Blink Dagger, do that too.
All right, so I played with fucking Matt and he did that, and it was absolutely horrible. Shadowblade's Dagon and going in with low HP against the enemy. You know what? He was trying to get low HP against Ancients, and we had an Omni in our team, and we just healed him and healed him and earned him. Took his items and shit because he was dropping them to lose HP faster. So maybe it was a bit of you know, the teamwork.
That's funny.
Not coming together. But yeah, I don't think you ever want to be low HP in a game like this as Terrorblade. He has 7,200 gold though, so you know, the 6 slot is definitely real. He even passed over his cheese to Vengeful, and you know, Travels would be a good item, but he can really add up whatever he wants. Wouldn't be surprised to see something like Daedalus now, just to deal some more damage.
Yeah, I think also there's some point in the game where if you're 6 slotted, you just don't farm anymore. Or try to
let your team farm?
Yeah, let your team farm. For example, I think if PPD could buy a Blink Dagger right now, he becomes a pretty dangerous initiator for the Gyrocopter.
I think he's always gonna play the protecting role though, even if he could swap in. Because I imagine he's just gonna protect the Terrorblade.
So is it just all up to Universe and Fair as they kind of did in the early game?
Yeah, mostly, but also to Zai, right? You have a Eul Scepter, Blink, Force Staff, and is that a complete? Yeah, it's almost a complete Shivas on ES. And he has his Fissure, so I mean, he can help a lot with protecting as well. But we have 2 heroes in this game who have never died. One is Shirley Finette, and one is Zai.
Wow.
Amazing.
Well, one day they'll fight.
In an active game like this, to never die.
Shirley Finette does have some unfortunate things happening to her. Spoiler alert.
Well, what are you saying, Lumi?
In the TV show you're talking about,
yeah. In the anime that you dislike. Maybe that's some poetic foreshadowing for Shirley Finette in this game. I don't know.
Okay.
But Shirley Finette is currently carrying pretty hard.
You're saying she's gonna die?
I'm not gonna say anything.
All right. All right.
But yeah, people are just farming. I don't think that we need to play by play these Venge hitting creeps up top.
Gonna lie down here on the set for a minute.
Yeah.
Wait for the big fight to come.
Empyrean lying down. Can we call you Grandpa Pyrian?
You can if you want. You get a smack for it, but you can't.
I'm gonna do it.
Yeah, look at that. That's pretty cool. Oriwa Shin Sekai no Kamida.
Yeah, okay, we got corrected on what that means, or I got a tweet. It was close. It sort of means I'm the god of the new world, not he's the god of
That's
death.
what Christopher Columbus said when he arrived in America. In Japanese. Blew everybody's mind.
In Japanese. Pretty sure that's historically accurate. This is why we have you here, Pyrian.
He said, and I name this land Shirley Finette Land.
420 Blaze It.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. The god of the new world, isn't that just from Death Note?
Yeah, that is actually...
Yeah. Thank you.
What's Death Note? Don't say an anime.
It's actually a classic.
It's a TV show.
Okay.
It's a classic. That's a good answer.
No, it actually is a classic.
Actually, yes.
You should educate your child.
There are some live actions for you, Pyrian. You can watch it without the animated characters giving you headaches. This game is the least interesting game right now, but...
It's got the potential to be the most interesting, but it just isn't at the moment. Because we've got so many cool spells and fights, but we're going to wait for half an hour, and then there's going to be one fight and it'll be over.
Well, maybe Gyro can reach his Satanic thanks to EG giving so much respect and
Very
waiting.
generous, yeah.
So EG are, in a sense, yeah, pretty generous. They do have the major control of the map, but letting Gyro reach a Satanic is a big thing. So sure, they are farming up more, but
yeah.
How much does the gold graph actually matter?
At this point?
Gold graph doesn't matter, but indirectly it does, because items, you know, every key item matters.
I think especially for the supports on the VP.Polar side.
Yeah.
For them to pick up blinks and hexes, that'll be pretty good. I mean,
ES has a, you know, he has a lot of items on him.
Right. And I think that's, remember yesterday's game between EG, or not EG, Cloud9 and was it MVP? Mm-hmm. It was Cloud9 support that had massively upgraded gear that was able to hexes and blinks and do all of that sort. So it's time to allow this Lina to get some farm.
The blink abyssal and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lina is struggling. She's getting some farm now, clearing a lot of creeps with her spells. But again, EG just taking the slow roll on this one, farming up the enemy and their own ancients.
Maybe they want like just 2 more cheese, you know?
Yeah, they have the Vlads now on Vengeful, so that's a big upgrade in damage once again for a Terrorblade. There's plenty of extra damage.
Casual 600 CS.
Yeah, that illusion hurt the hell out of that Lina. Holy crap.
Yes.
I'm
not sure about the... So the Daedalus...
By the way, in any world, would you want to buy a Ethereal Blade for one of your team and just do a defensive shotgun on your Gyro if he gets focused by right clicks?
Yeah.
Or is that too dangerous against all the magical?
No, I think it's fine. There's not that much magical damage overall from EG.
So what I'm saying, get Lincolns and E-Blades, right?
Yeah. I think Lina could very well.
Give him a Shakira Blade, that'd hurt like hell.
Yeah, Lina could very well go for an E-Blade. So with the way that this game is going, I'm almost disagreeing with the Daedalus once again. It's a stronger item for fighting, but for pushing it just doesn't do anything against the buildings.
Oh, don't worry. He'll drop that for a Deso when the push comes.
Okay, okay. The efficiency, is it going to be some...
Keep a Deso in the courier.
Some eternal Envy 9-slot efficiency going on?
Actually, it came from Ortizi. He was base racing in a game, in a pub game.
Yeah.
And he dropped the item next to the enemy fountain, bought Deso, and was hitting the throne. By the way, Roshan dead.
Yeah, Roshan dying pretty fast. And this is like donation time for his team.
2 cheese being dropped.
Both on puck.
Stacking them on Universe, so now you can't split them again.
Now wait another 11 or 12 minutes, get another cheese, and then they can push.
Yeah, you need at least 3, I think.
Can we check on smoke remaining on both teams, I guess?
There is a smoke on Ogre, and there is a smoke on Vengeful. So they both have purchased smokes?
Yes. There's no smoke in the Radiant shop anymore. And there's no smoke on the Dire shop.
So this game is going fairly slow, and I saw Cuirass also very slowly being farmed up by Viper, but it's not that easy to farm when the enemy team is controlling the entire map, and we have had, you know, some good 20 minutes of nothing going on, where...
Game is interest.
Game has actually
rather than a sleeper.
Recovered 20,000 gold by EG during this time.
Yeah.
So 8,700 of that gold is now on Terrorblade.
At what point do you just say, come on now, let's just try, because we'll never know unless we start trying?
It's going to be a slow siege. Like, the try is probably not going to be the walk up the ramp with everyone push that you would wish for, Pyrion. It's
Me and
more
Shane
like
would be in trouble in this game, I think. We'd be like, right, sod it, come on. It's getting late, let's go.
Yeah.
People are hungry.
I am hungry. So he bought a Lincoln's on his own. Gyrocopter does not have buyback, so really saying that whatever.
I mean, that's why I think that Gyro should have stopped farming, right? Sure, he got the Lincoln for himself, but it's actually better that somebody buy the Lincolns and constantly put it on him.
True.
Because he takes up his inventory slot.
True, true. He does have travels as well, so yes, ready. If they ever win a fight, they will just rush down, right?
Do they straight up win the game if they win a fight? I don't think so.
I don't think so.
They need to win like 2 fights.
There's only buyback on Puck. There's only buyback on Puck and TB right now, though.
So we've got double RP, double Echo Slam. That's
a very farmed ES.
I mean, they can't not win this fight. Come on now.
Oh,
It's going to take some amazing execution from VP.Polar. But it's doable. Chronosphere is a good spell.
He's just carrying a courier with him that has a BKB on it.
Yeah. Just this is some RTZ or Envy efficiency going on.
It doesn't matter how many refreshers you have if you just get right-click 3 times and die. So...
Yes, and that's the gyro power right there. So gyro could definitely clean the battlefield pretty fast, but that's if there will ever be a battle.
So, I mean, if we could talk about like why Dota theory, right? Like, if nobody ever wants to push, the game could, in theory, go on forever.
Yes.
I mean, yes.
What's saying that there's not a game like that right now, Lumi?
This is that game.
Right.
We're just at the very start of it.
Oh,
okay. It looks like the mag got picked up. The double user coming out. We need to BKB. They jump back here.
The man down.
Looks like
away.
FNG is going to get picked up. FNG does have buyback. Not the biggest loss. And actually, PBD is going to be able to... Meanwhile, backdoor's upping up top. Fear drops the first RP. Echo's going to be missed. They're going to focus everything on mag. The second RP is going to come out. They throw everything on mag. They get him dead. He's forced to buy out right now. And Universe could be giving some chase. Tier 3 has been destroyed up top. Tier 3 has been destroyed mid. And they're going to focus on the Terrorblade. The Chainsun's got to be there. And they bring him down. No cheese, no Aegis, nothing. He's got buyback. And he might have to use it.
Very good kill there to get for VP.Polar. But, of course, they did die on bottom as well.
So I think it's up to EG right now to make sure all the lanes are pushed. So they could not use the buyback on RTZ.
Yeah, that's really true. Because 2 buybacks were used on the side of VP.Polar, and if they can just hold on to their Terrorblade, which shouldn't be too hard, really, 60 seconds here, and they have the pressure on bottom. We'll see. We'll see if they can do it, VP.Polar.
When you look at the tiny little projectile coming out of gyro, it doesn't really fit with the might.
Oh, the BKB gets denied.
Ooh.
Bad micro from Arteezy as he dies.
I mean, too busy microing his here. Oh, wait.
Yeah. Oh, wait.
He
nice
didn't
try,
micro his wolves earlier when he was
face.
dead, too. I think he hands frees it when he's dead. Goes and checks Facebook. Yeah, good call, Shane.
That's what I would do.
Well, VP
maybe
is
tweeting a little bit.
At least going to get a tier 2. Probably that's all they're going to get.
Yeah, I don't see them really going
Actually,
high
though,
here,
RPs are down, right?
Refreshers were used as well,
yeah,
so it's a decent timing.
Think if you want to make a go, this is a pretty good time to at least try something.
Yeah. Gotta take some balls to go up this high ground, though, against all those heroes being alive. I don't know, man. I think it's a smarter choice to back off.
Okay.
If they had all the info that, you know, the cooldowns and so on exactly down, then maybe they would have made a different decision there.
It's a thing. I mean, they've lost more than they gained in the last engagement.
Yes.
They lost 2 tier 3 towers.
Oh, Arteezy. Arteezy.
I mean, he still has buyback. He still has buyback.
Yeah.
Is this a real one? They're like, is this real? Oh, yeah, it's real.
It's
you gotta chrono
real.
this. They're gonna burst him down. Laguna Blaze use. Actually, can he actually get off his cylinder? No.
Yeah.
Okay. The death itself doesn't matter much because he never needed to buy back, but...
I think it matters quite a lot, though, because it gives so much gold every time that he dies like this.
Sure, that's true.
So he's really just pooling up the gold onto
Jeez, that
VP.Polar.
kill was worth 2,000 gold.
Yeah. So it's not the best. And also, if there will be an engagement, he will have to use his buyback, which is going to hurt him a lot.
But so far, buyback not necessary, because his team is doing an excellent job pushing out these waves.
But VP.Polar taking the strategic approach, just taking it easy.
FNG.
Got slammed by the Zai.
Yep.
Boosh. That's an ass shaker.
Pretty much. Fairly strong hero.
He hits really fast now, actually.
Butterfly picked up by Gyrocopter.
I guess,
Lord.
Lifesteal.
SNY?
No, dropped lifesteal.
No. He had a... Oh, Polar.
He had a Helm of Dominator.
It's the runaway RP.
I thought he had a SNY on that.
He did not.
Okay. He did, Waga.
He did not.
Dropped lifesteal.
He had lifesteal.
For Linkus and...
Okay, so I guess that was a while back.
God, Wepass.
What was
always watching?
Though?
It's almost like he's observing the game.
Surely Finette. He's also Flutter Boy now. And they're looking to do a flank. Oh man, if this Chrono hits on 3, this could be the game.
And they see Magnus now.
Okay. How,
see them down there? Are they gonna turn?
How quick is the Hex on Universe?
Got fingers?
Got fingers. Oh, they see Fear. Fear's gonna get blown up. Chrono's gonna get used. And that Acceptor is really big in terms of the lower cooldown. They find PPD as well. PPD, he doesn't have the Force Staff.
They have to defend as well. Terrorblade going for the base. Kill this fast and get out.
Okay, they got a BOT back right now. The tier 3s are being sieged. Where is the Gyrocopter?
Yeah, he doesn't have... I don't know why he wouldn't travel there.
Arteezy says, I'm going to suicide for the Rax, and he's going to go top right there. He gets one, he gets two.
Lanes.
I mean, I don't think he's even suiciding for anything. He just walks away because the TP back to base is not quick enough. He might actually die. It's nice to not here on the rocket.
Oh man, they should just have tried to TP with a few there. Of course, Puck could have cancelled TPs in the end, but at least 3 of them could have TP there and been just fine.
They got
Void doesn't actually have one.
They got Terrorbladed real bad.
Jeez.
Void doesn't have one either.
I don't think VP.Polar could ever push out the base in this pace. They need to take some big risk.
You need to believe in Shirley.
Dude, Juan is too strong at this point.
Juan
versus Shirley.
I mean, he made mincemeat of those buildings.
So soon he will probably buy a Lincoln Sphere as well as his BKB and keep popping it on himself. Is that the efficiency?
Yeah, why not?
Okay.
You could squeeze a Necro Book in there too.
And a pipe.
Maybe you drop boots. A pipe? Crimson Guard?
Crimson Guard. 12 slotted.
Possibility is endless.
The thing is, Gyro could essentially defend the Ancient from Mega Creeps.
Sure.
With that Rapier.
He could, yes.
The problem is, let's say they win a fight, right? And they kill all of EG, and all of EG buy back, and then they kill them again. That's like...
Well, then they win, I think.
That's the only thing they've
But the thing is, I don't think the game will ever go to that
Yeah.
phase. I think the game is actually almost unwinnable right now. If EG is diligent enough to keep up buybacks.
Discipline.
Yeah. Heart on Earthshaker.
They need to not stack up with S5 on EG.
Actually, look at him. He enchant totems for 760 damage.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's dangerous.
Jesus Christ.
He's very dangerous, and he also has plenty of armor. He goes in and 2 shots the big Ancient.
He hits really fast as well now. God damn, that is a farmed Earthshaker. There's the Roche man.
Roche is back like, oh god, why hasn't the game ended?
This is the 5th Roche, I believe. Oh, looks like we have a jump initiation on top. LSA will land. They will use the Chrono and the BKB for that. There's a refresher orb on Mag, so he's, wow, look at how long.
Swap goes down.
Okay, they're going to focus on DK Phobos, but he's very, very tanky. In fact, here comes the Gyrocopter. He's going to force everybody away. Meanwhile, mid is being sieged in.
Refresher doing work.
Okay, Chrono's going to actually go on. Juan Fernandez, can he get off the Sunder? He's trying, he gets bash. Surely Finette is on a monster streak.
I mean, you don't have to use your buybacks all the time because obviously the enemy is not pushing your base yet, but you're dying repeatedly.
Right.
And
Illidan has a smile on his face. I'm not sure what he's smiling about because he's still stuck in his base.
No, he's happy. He's having fun.
Yeah.
This is a perfect Gyro game, man. You're happy.
Except the part that you're killing their base.
Yeah, well, that's later on. I mean, we're just 1 hour in.
Okay, I see.
Bro, I've been there for some 3.5 hour game.
You know what? I have the energy for 3 more hours at the very least.
Okay, so we passed the 1 hour mark. Early game is done. Let's keep going. The refresher on Void did a lot of work there, catching out both the ES on top and then the Terrorblade on mid. So Mag doing the clutch plays for his team.
I think they're thinking... So I just heard the words, do you know what we should do?
Yeah,
and
that
the
was
word venge.
Something about venge.
Swap the Gyro out and make
Fear coming up with some clever idea. Sadly, we didn't catch the entire idea.
No, I like it. It's like it keeps the suspense, right?
Yeah.
We'll see it
Venge has a plan, so eyes on PPD. Big
Mag's
place.
just like the big jump in, no problem. I'm going to focus on
Dude, this could be big for them, getting this one. It's going to help them a lot. They do reveal that they're going
give it to Shirley?
No, well... Yeah, you can take it instead of the Lincolns.
Surely they find Universe. It's the real one. The multicast. It's the ding. There's no follow-up. The Yule Scepter is going to bring himself up. The Chrono. They get Universe. Maybe forget about Roche. Maybe just keep going.
Oh, careful RP. This is a dangerous ramp to walk up.
Nearby as well. Oh, they find PPD as well.
Very nice.
Maybe the Venge will just die. PPD's going to get Laguna. He ripped too.
He bites back.
Okay, he bites back.
Universe 2.
All right, what are they going to do? BKB's going to get activated. Oh, oh, he jumps away. No problem.
Yeah. The jump away is fine. Little Hardy might go down here.
We force-staff him in, and it's going to get focused. A big echo. The RP does hit, but surely Fernet is still hitting. The defensive swap is going to be there. Juan swaps on Universe. Universe says, what are you doing? But he's right-clicking right now, and he's right-clicking really hard. The Lincoln is broken, but there's no flag. He gets fissured. Does he have Satanic? I don't think he does.
He doesn't need a lifesteal right now.
Surely Fernet triple buyback from his team. We need the max secondary RP. His right-clicking, Shirley Fernet kills Juan, and Shirley Fernet is still flacking away. Meanwhile, the distraction is running. Top is slowly pushing in. Bernardo Reyes, he's dead. Puck is trying to run around. He needs to blink. He needs to blink. He'll blink away. He gets hit.
No, he gets punched.
Okay, or back out. But look at top. Look at mid. Everything is pushing. They gotta defend for now.
Yeah, they have to. Viper is also dead without buyback, which is a big thing. Little Hardy being chased by Universe, but no damage really being added.
There's Chrono backup. Gotta be careful if you're EG.
Yeah, casual 9k gold on Gyro.
I mean, I think this is where you buy the casual.
Last fight now on bottom lane.
I'm not sure if it's the last fight yet.
Could be.
Juan bought back in this, right?
Yeah.
Okay, there's Chrono, but there's also Swap. That's kind of the big deal here.
They should go before the RP is up.
All right, here comes the Chrono, the Swap. Where's the real one?
This is really good.
He doesn't need a Swap right now. He will swap after the focus goes on. Shirley actually walks into the Chrono. Now the beak picking comes up, but the secondary Chrono, there's no more Swap. Shirley's right-clicking. Juan, can he sunder it? There's nothing. There's no sunder. He's dead. He's dead for 2 minutes.
2 minutes of no Terrorblade.
They gotta push. They gotta push.
They also know that Venture used buyback in the last fight, so this is really an opening. 10k gold on Gyro. I mean, just go down the mid lane. Someone has to defend bottom, though, because look at that. Fear knows what he needs to do. Keep that bottom pressured. Don't allow the enemy to stack up.
Is there any possible way where the Shaker could snipe Shirley Fernet? Because with double enchant totem damage and an Echo Slam in between, he does a lot.
Well, if he has ulti, yeah, he could. He could.
He actually could, right?
Oh god, he's gonna go for it. Oh, this is dangerous. Shirley,
he's got a double damage.
Not like this.
Unbelievable.
Not like this, Shirley.
1,000 damage.
Oh, he gets him.
He missed, but he doesn't miss a second hit. All right, immediate buyback. There's a Divine Rapier, and suddenly, but the immediate TP in. No Divine being picked up. Did he pick it up? Did he kill it? Divine.
He has it.
Oh my
FNG has it. He's delivering it to the mid lane.
And they're going to go down to the mid lane. Surely Fennet's going to get the Divine back.
He actually has a new Divine.
Yeah,
he doesn't care.
Rich, but whatever.
But this is the old one. This is the better one. Dude, he can Lincoln himself, drop it, and get the second Divine.
I would do that. I mean, just Lincoln yourself and pick it back up afterwards. Whatever. Just go. The right click's going to come through. Force that forward. There's
a Yule Scepter. 35 seconds. It's doable.
If they don't get RP'd. Shirley Fernet giving the right clicks to all the racks. I mean, they're just allowing the crew wave to stream through. Maybe you just go for Throne right now. Universe, nice face, but gotta be very careful here. One mistake and you lose. The creep wave for the Radiant side still very manageable. Slow siege, gotta watch your steps. Landmines everywhere.
Yeah, need to be careful.
Literally landmines.
I think they should back out almost because this is too easy for EG to win this fight. But they gotta keep going.
3-man and 4-man
clusters. They got it back. No,
they cannot do this, I think.
Just go back. Just go back. The Echo's gonna be there. They got Chrono, but you cannot Chrono just a Shaker. Shaker, though, is losing so much health. Universe just dies to the flag. RP's gonna be there. There's all the Chrono and Shirley Fernet. Shirley Fernet has to dance around the Chrono. The Swap's gonna be there. There's no damage for Juan. The secondary Chrono's there. Everybody needs to go back. Shirley, though, he is not going back. He's got the Lincolns. He's getting critted. He does not have buyback. He dies. No more buyback.
And
is this GG? Two Divines gets dropped. I think they should have backed.
Yeah, well, I'm really sad they didn't just use the Lincolns on himself and take the Divine. Having that extra Divine damage from Gyrocopter could have actually won that fight.
Yeah.
Like, that could have been the difference maker.
All right, Divines are all on the ground. Flood Boy going down. The creep waves are coming in.
Flutter Boys is gone.
Okay, he picks up one Divine. He's like, Joe on this one? No, I probably don't want this one. All right, let's keep going.
I'm fine with HP. And he has travel ready. He can just travel down to bottom lane right now.
Why are they not going ham right? Okay, they are. Okay. Here's the thing. Does Mega Creep even do it?
Yeah, I think it does. Like, you're running out of gas here if you're VP.Polar and you don't really have a way. I mean, Gyrocopter has no buyback.
They're not hitting tier 4 right now. Why aren't they hitting tier 4? They're respecting the chrono.
I don't think it matters at this
Void
point.
hits like a kitten right now.
Yeah, but Ogre is the only guy with buyback, or he doesn't even have buyback. Okay, no one has buyback, so this is actually completely
Why
over.
is tier 4 not being sieged?
Dude, they don't want to finish that fast. Take it easy.
Pen a letter, strongly worded, and send it to the EG management.
Hit the damn tier 4s. They're afraid.
I just think they're really worried about getting chronoed, I guess.
I mean, you don't want to be the guys who lose after an enemy lose 2 divines in your base.
Hey, man,
right?
not winning is the same as losing.
EG throw, a real thing. And
right.
I think that not winning is not the same as losing here. Because, I mean, even if they respawn, what are VP.Polar going to do?
Dude, VP.Polar is going to defend, or at least try to defend for a long time.
Oh, it actually says that Gyrocopter's effigy has been destroyed. That's funny.
Nice.
Specifically notifies you.
But the real Shirley Finette is back. Is that like a sign? Like, if you lose your effigy, like, that's it, right? You know?
I think that would make me mad, you know?
All right.
You'd buy back for that, to defend the effigy.
I would defend my effigy.
Oh, the Yu's gonna be there. He jumps away from the RP. RP gets him back out. The defensive swap is there as well. Where is the Gyrocopter in all of this? The team has initiated way too soon. He's gonna try to port in, but the creep gets killed. Earthshaker comes in the right time, and everything is dead.
And that's gonna be the end
of it. That's a 4-5 from VP.Polar.
Shirley Finette, the only one left to see his base die.
Oh.
GG, well played, gets called.
I think that was a very winnable game for VP.Polar at certain points.
I mean, at the end of it, there were so many things already to think about. It's easy for us to say that, you know, use your Lincolns, give back the Divine, and maybe you could have won.
Right.
But overall, they already had so many things to consider. The refreshers, the combos, and, you know, kudos to VP.Polar for a really strong performance in this game. And also, kudos to EG's discipline this game. They don't care about viewers, don't care about the fun. It's about winning, yo. And that's why they are 6-2 now, right?
Yeah, I think so. Halfway through the game, it looked like EG was going to end it. And I got the message, well, you know, we're very much ahead of schedule, so we have to fill a lot of time.
They filled it for us.
They filled.
Thank you, EG.
So not a lot of time anymore, because, yeah, that game, holy cow.
Easy fillers.
Like, everybody was on the edge of their seats, and I mean, well played, though. I mean, that was the Virtus.Pro Polar that we got to know Monday. Late games is their go-to strategy, their go-to area where they feel comfortable. And
I'm still smiling as he sits there like, yeah, it was a good game probably. And, you know, gonna look at the replay, how could they have won it? But they don't seem too beat up.
It was a solid game. And I mean,
lots of fun to watch, had all kinds of crazy stuff going on. All right, it also had a half-hour period where basically nothing happened, but, you know, it's kind of like cricket.
Like a nap down
it's kind of like cricket. I know you guys don't watch cricket, but you'll get these days, it's a 5-day test, right? And sometimes it'll come down to the last few balls. And all those other days of just sitting around drinking tea or drinking pints and just watching people just like that, very steady, it builds up to these moments where the drama is compounded by how long it's taken to get there. That's what it is.
Sounds like a lot of time.
It really is a lot of time.
We're going to talk to the guy that maybe had most pressure on his shoulders, the guy that was supposed to hit all the RPs, otherwise they might lose. It is Fear sitting on the couch together with Jess.
All right, so you guys have played really impressively today. That last game, though, what was going through your head as you know, it looked like you were coming back. You kind of maybe lost the laning phase, made a comeback. It looked like VP might have taken it in the end, and you guys were able to win as a result of probably the Terrorblade, I would say, was your comeback strategy?
Well, yeah, we had a really rough laning phase, probably rougher than we expected. And then, yeah, we did kind of come back from that after that. Then Gyro just went Divine Rapier, and at that point it was like almost impossible to push into their base. So we're committed to just like out-farming them. We had a lot of big ultimates where we could pick them off, and we realized at some points that they can't leave their base, so we could just out-farm them completely because they're going to be too afraid of dying and losing the Rapier. So we knew from the beginning that it was going to be a very long game after he picked up that Rapier, and we didn't really have any choice but to just farm.
So you went into it knowing, okay, we've got Terrorblades, so we're just going to farm for about 10 minutes when we find the time, and then push in and win?
Yeah, I mean, we wanted to get the Aegis and we wanted to push in, but like I went in, I got a RP, I didn't turn fast enough, so I ended up not skewering them out, and then we ended up getting caught by a Chrono as well, which And then they had that was the push where they had the Rapier as well, so it was very hard to push into them at that point. It's like, okay, let's just not do this anymore. With the Rapier on Gyro, none of us go back. We all had heroes that just had to sit behind the Terrorblade, kind of 4-protect 1 strategy. And at that point, we just decided to farm and split push and pick them off. That would be more effective than going 5-on-5 against them.
Well, and clearly it worked. But how was your confidence level as a team? Because I know you guys just came off of 3 wins, you know, right in a row, which is great. But that also is probably a little bit tiring to have to play 4 games just back to back.
I mean, we're fairly confident. I mean, it was a roller coaster, that game. At some point, we're really confident. At other points, we were like, we thought the game was like looking really bleak. Like after laning phase, looked really bad. Then we came back. You know, I got that 3-man RP there, and I think that got us back in the game for the most part. Then I whiffed an RP over there on the top lane when we were pushing. So that game was just a roller coaster, honestly.
Yeah, it looked like it. And the first game, though, you guys just played so confidently. It seemed though you won the laning phase. You just kept the advantage straight through. When during the first game did you guys know you had absolutely won it?
That's an interesting question, but I think we were confident pretty much the whole game, honestly. Like, the laning phase was really good for us. Like, top lane, we had a strong combo against Centaur. He couldn't get any experience up there. Mid was doing really well, too. We were getting Roshan, so we felt like we were in control of the game from pretty much from the beginning after, like, 1 or 2 minutes into the game.
And I think that really showed through in your play style. And I think that's all the time we have for now, so we are going to go ahead and throw it to a commercial, and then right after that, we're coming back to the stream with Alliance versus Tinker.